To be completely honest, I have never really been super into the Mario sports games. You see, I grew up on the Wii, and surprisingly there were no original Mario Golf or tennis games on the console, which is weird because I feel like those would have been a perfect fit for the console. So the main thing there was Mario Strikers, which I just didn't have as a kid. But there is one game that I vaguely remember playing that I hear almost no one talk about. That may be because it was never released to like over half of the world, but that's beside the point. But the game I am talking about is none other than Mario Super Sluggers. This game was a sequel to Mario Superstar Baseball, which I haven't played and don't necessarily want to. I have definitely gotten my Mario Baseball fix in this video. So now I want to go back and play through the game's story mode to see if my childhood Mario sports game was any good. And I'm sure this game would never cause me to go crazy over some stupid rigged baseball match that I spent close to 2 hours trying to complete. Let's get started. At the start of the game, we see Mario and co. on a ship heading towards Baseball Kingdom, which is a man-made island made by Princess Peach so all of her friends could play baseball. I'm sure the Mushroom Kingdom taxpayers loved this idea. But shortly after arriving, boom, terrorism. That's right, Bowser Jr. is here with his dad and his army in tow, and they quickly take over the Baseball Kingdom. Now it is our job to create a baseball team good enough to take down Bowser Jr. and his army. So first we head to Mario Stadium, and one of the first things you will notice here is that we have fully explorable hub worlds to walk around in and do different tasks. You can find characters either hiding or just standing around in these hub worlds, and you can recruit basically all of the characters you can find onto your baseball team. That is one thing that I almost forgot to talk about with this game. The character roster is awesome. We have your typical characters like Mario, Peach, and the rest of the bunch, but we also get some awesome characters that rarely, if ever, show up in any Mario games at all, like King K. Rool, Funky Kong, Petey Piranha. And then a lot of the more common characters like Yoshi or Toad have different colored variants with their own stats, and look at this one for Dry Bones. This guy looks awesome. Why is he only in this game? So for most of the characters you will find, you have to complete a little mini baseball challenge if you want to add them to your roster. Usually these are just tiny little tasks like get an out, or other stuff that is basically meant to just teach you some of the mechanics present in the game, and I've got to say, this game is a lot more complex than I was expecting. From what I can tell, anything you can do in a normal baseball game, you can do here, plus some of the trademark Mario chaos that's been added to the game. There were some things that I genuinely didn't know you could do in baseball until playing this game. My extent of baseball knowledge is like middle school PE, so I was genuinely learning baseball rules while playing this game. So while exploring Mario Stadium, we come across a resident that lets you know that there's a baby stranded on that small island over there. And they never say anything like, "Oh, I hope that baby is okay." No. Their biggest problem is that baby Luigi is crying too loud and is disturbing their quiet time on the beach. Someone clearly has their priorities set straight. So after rescuing baby Luigi by doing this weird motion-controlled task, which there are a lot of in this game, he lets us know that baby Mario is currently stuck in the stadium taken over by Bowser Jr. So we go to face him for the first time, and it's not even a full game of baseball. It's just a mini challenge again. In all reality, while you do still play regular baseball a few times in the campaign, it's not really until the end that you play a full game with no special conditions or advantages to the enemy team. So after rescuing baby Mario and retaking Mario Stadium, the world fully opens up and you can go to whichever area you want. And also, after unlocking 9 characters, which doesn't take long to do at all, you are free to go ahead and challenge the final boss. So basically, this game is set up exactly like Breath of the Wild. You can go ahead and fight the final boss, but you won't be as strong as you could be if you just went and did all the optional story stuff first. Look man, every game has its true inspirations. So from this point on, it's a lot of repeat stuff. You find a guy, you play baseball with them, you progress the story. I'm going to spare you on most of those details, but what is more interesting to me is the stadiums themselves. You see, each stadium has a specific character they are themed around. We got Mario Stadium, which of course is the most generic one. DK Jungle, which is this miniature little jungle with really not a whole lot going on. Yoshi Park, which is a theme park based around Yoshi. The theming for this one is cool, but getting around it can be a little bit of a pain. And then we have Wario City, which is probably the coolest one in the game. There's also a part where you draw on a billboard with motion controls. I drew Donkey Kong. Now, those of you familiar with this game will notice that I have skipped one stadium. This is because there is a little more that happened there. After retaking the rest of the fields and teaming up with their respective captains, I headed to our final destination before taking on Bowser Jr., and upon walking in, we see that Peach has been captured and Daisy has been turned to stone. Huh? Bowser Jr. can just turn people to stone? Why didn't he just do that to everybody? Wouldn't that have made taking over the Baseball Kingdom a lot easier? Okay, you know what? Let's just move on. Obviously, after seeing all of the chaos present in this area, it was decided that Bowser Jr. needed to be taken down quickly. But there was one problem. The fountain had flooded. Like, only an extra inch, but oh no, it flooded. And instead of just walking through it, we had to drain the fountain so that we can make it to Bowser Jr. and save Peach. But the next problem is that the fountain could only be drained by a pressure plate that needed a heavy weight to activate. So we are going to use Daisy. Now, Toad over here brings up the point that it might be a little messed up to use Daisy's lifeless stone husk as a means to drain a fountain that we could just walk through, but he obviously does not understand that we are simply doing what has to be done. So now it's time to face Bowser Jr. to take back the final stadium and rescue Princess Peach. But little could have prepared me for the battle I was about to fight. You see, in the past Bowser Jr. fights, he usually has some advantage like being 1 point ahead of you, or you having 1 inning to beat him, but nothing could have prepared me for the absolute insanity of his next challenge. He starts off 2 points ahead of you right off the bat, and you only have 1 inning to keep him from scoring more points and score at least 3 to beat him. And on top of all of this, I was getting worn out. I had been playing this game for like 5 or 6 hours at this point, constantly shaking the Wii remote like a madman. I was tired and I wanted to be done. So for the next hour and a half or so, I had to sit there and slowly lose my sanity as I lost to Bowser Jr. over and over again, all because he was a dirty cheater who doesn't deserve anything he has. And look, when you're this tired and frustrated, you really start to pick a game apart. Like, it was so obvious this game was not made with motion controls in mind. Everything I do feels like I should just be pressing a button. I don't have to swing my remote like a bat to swing it, I can just lightly shake it. And that brings up another problem. The game takes literally any slight movement as a swing or a throw, and when you're mad, you sometimes shake the controller a little bit, which causes you to mess up more and get more mad. And then I thought, why are we even playing baseball with literal terrorists? Why aren't we deploying Mario to just go out and stomp them like he usually does? Why are we letting them keep our multi-billion-dollar man-made baseball island because we can't beat them in a game? And then why are we letting them cheat as well? But eventually, I was able to defeat Bowser Jr., but not without the humiliation of losing over and over again to this stupid, privileged toddler. This is no longer about seeing if Mario Super Slugger still holds up or if it is worth playing. This is now about me getting my revenge on this stupid turtle. At first, I wasn't going to worry about doing everything in this game, but now I needed to get my revenge, and the only way to do it was to form a baseball army. So I went back and got every single person on this island and made sure that they joined my baseball team. And after a little bit of work, I had one character left to get in the DK jungle, and I didn't really know who it could be. We basically already had the whole DK crew on the team already, so this could literally be anyone. I mean, who knows? Baby DK. I like him. So with my new friend acquired, it was finally time to take on Bowser Jr., and we absolutely destroyed him. Yeah, we barely let them play because Baby Peach is like an amazing pitcher for some reason, but we may have bullied Bowser Jr. a little too hard because he got mad and now we have to go against his dad. He went down pretty easily as well. So after that emotional journey, was it ultimately worth it? Well, we did unlock Bowser Pinball. So yeah, probably.